Is this working? I'm trying something new. I'm trying something new, y'all. So give me a minute if it feels weird and funky. So I'm doing this thing where I am looking at, so I'm trying to zoom. All right. So here's what's going on. And hey to everyone who's joining me. Here's what's going on. I'm trying this thing where I'm using Zoom as a platform to stream to Facebook because I want to be able to have ownership of my videos. And if I stream live to Facebook, I don't really have ownership of my videos. So I'm trying this new thing. So bear with me. And I really can't, like, I can see your comments, but I really can't reply till later. So I'll reply later. All right. Hi. So I did day 38 earlier today, and hello to everyone who's joining. I can see who's joining, but I can't hey, hello to everyone who's joining, and thank you for joining earlier today for day 38. And I said I was probably going to take it down because I didn't like it, and so I did. And then I felt like because it was Halloween, I didn't acknowledge that. I didn't acknowledge ancestors. I didn't do that, and so I felt like I needed to come back and do it again. So this is day 38 rewind. Literally sitting here with the infamous Olivia Pope snack of my red wine, and I've got popcorn. That's what it felt like tonight. So I'm not going to stand here long. Welcome if you're just joining, if you've never joined me before. Let me know if you can hear me or not. That's the one thing I do want to know because this is new. So let me know. I'm gonna look and see if you can hear me. Okay, it's working. Perfect. Oh, thank you guys for being there. Like I can see the comments over here, and I might engage with the comments tonight. All right, so yeah, if you joined me this morning for day 38, thank you, but we're doing it again. And day 38 is my favorite day of the Abundance Book. So we've been using the Abundance Book with John Randall Price, and it's been a 40-day journey. It's day 38, so we've only got 2 days left. I will say it's kind of weird because I'm like watching me here and I can kind of see me over there and there's like a delay. I'll get used to that. I'll get used to that. All right, so I'm going to read the statement for day 38. It's weird coming on here at night on a Saturday night. That's like I'm not used to the Saturday night crowd. All right, I'm going to read the statement. My consciousness of the spirit within me as my unlimited source is the divine power to restore the years the locusts have eaten, to make all things new, to lift me up to the high road of abundant prosperity. This awareness, understanding, and knowledge of spirit appears as every visible form and experience that I could possibly desire. I'm going to read it again. My consciousness of the spirit within me as my unlimited source is the divine power to restore the years the locusts have eaten, to make all things new, to lift me up to the high road of abundant prosperity. This awareness, understanding, and knowledge of spirit appears as every visible form and experience that I could possibly desire. Yes, so earlier today when and this is complete with the wine glass. Y'all saw me wanting that wine glass, right? So I've literally got the complete setup. This is the wine glass that was used. I got my red wine. I got my popcorn, except for I like cheese with my popcorn. So earlier today when I spoke about this, I spoke about Job and how Job lost everything. And for the record, it's not that I'm like teaching Christian shit, but I know a lot of people can relate to the Bible. And thankfully, I know some stories from the Bible, even though I grew up Muslim. So what statement 8 I said earlier is always my favorite statement because it lets us know that you are never too old to achieve your goals. You are never too old to get the wealth you want. You're never too old to get the love you want. And I think the reason why this is important, especially on a night like tonight, is because this portal is so open and so thin. For those of you who believe in that kind of thing, which I do. The portal tonight is so open and so thin tonight. This is a perfect time for you to celebrate what you've accomplished And we minimize that so much. We minimize the gains that we've gotten because they don't look like the big jumps. Tonight during this full moon is the time to celebrate that. And the reason why you do that is because the more you celebrate the things that you've already accomplished and manifested, the more you keep that energy in your life. And then the more comes to you. So many of us, and I think I was talking about this earlier, so many of us pick up this energy of, it's too late, I can't do it. It's not going to work. That's the energy that keeps you stagnant and stuck. Earlier today, I spoke about the need to be able to make that leap from who you are now to the person that you're going to be in order to have all of this come to fruition, and how it's not too late. It's not too late to create a life where you are. And I said earlier, my goal was to sunbathe on a yacht in the south of France. That's one of my goals, one of my material goals. I have a couple of different material goals. It's not too late for that. You haven't bypassed some time. What this statement says in day 8 of the abundance book is, it says that when you understand and are aware and you know that you are connected to this divine source that created everything, that understanding and awareness is so powerful, it will erase a decade of poverty. It will erase the illnesses that you've gone through. That it can set you on a new path. And I feel like I have to relate this back to the Bible, because, and I always say I'm not a biblical scholar, but from a metaphysical point of view, this is part of what that book was teaching people. It's not about this dogma about rules and regulations. It was this understanding that you are a physical manifestation of God, Allah, source, energy, whatever you want to call it, that you are made in the image of that. And so then you have this huge power of creation. You can bend time, space, and reality. But you have to fully embody and understand that first. And the truth is that most of us don't. I'm going to eat on my live stream. Most of us don't actually believe that we have that power, because we have been taught that it's separate from us, and that the only way to get through it is through an intercessory, right? Or is that this intercessory intermediary? I don't really know the name. I'm not Catholic either. So that you're here as a human, and here's God over here, and you've fallen short and sinned, and so now the only way you can get to God, or that God can see you. I don't really know what the story is around that, but that you got to go through someone else for that to happen, which would leave you feeling like you're just a powerless lump of, I don't know. When the reality is, those teachings were brought to us to explain to you how to tap into that power, how to tap into that limitless ability to create the life you want, how to ascend beyond the human ego, how to not let that prevent you and stop you, because the ego is strong. And as I've said on the other live streams, the ego's job is to protect you. It does not care if you are alone. It doesn't care if you're poor. It just wants to protect you from hurt, pain, embarrassment, shame, and all of the other things. But when we learn to ascend past that, when we embody the fact that we are God, source, energy, universe, whatever, in flesh, in human form, when we understand that we are energy that can neither be created nor destroyed, well, created maybe at one time, but we are part of that link. When we get that and we fully embody it, we can erase all of those years. It would be like nothing. And earlier today, I used the story of Job as a perfect example of that. That's what that story is telling you, right? That you could go through some hellish shit. It could break you. It didn't break him. He believed and had faith. My parting of the version of the story that many people are taught is he had faith in something beyond himself, right? Like it wasn't him, it was beyond himself. Whereas my personal belief is that we are that. We are that. That doesn't mean you can't pray to something greater or higher or anything. Like I give thanks when I eat my food, you know what I mean? But you're not separate from this thing. Like you're not begging some other entity that exists in the nether regions to come and assist you. That's like victimhood. But what you can do is tap into that higher self within you and come up with that creation. But when we understand that power, again, it is the power. This was my favorite. I say this all the time. I said it earlier today when I did the live and I took it down because I said I was gonna, because I didn't like it. This is my favorite phrase. This is my favorite phrase because I've lived it. Because I've lived this where there was poverty, and now I'm not in that position anymore. And my life is totally different. And it's filled with this immense amount of joy and clarity. And I tell people all the time, you couldn't pay me enough to go back to my 20s. You could not pay me enough to be in my 20s again. I do not care. No, that was a time of complete confusion and frustration for me. But what I'm experiencing now in my life is so much greater, so much greater. When you're reading this book, The Abundance Book, and I really hope you get it, it's only like $7, $9. I'm gonna see if that's one of my sons trying to come. It's like $7, $9 or something on Instagram. When you're reading this book, The Abundance Book, really take time to sit with each statement. Allow yourself to embody it and allow yourself to sink into what it's saying to you. And so for tonight, this is a night of really honoring those who have come before us. And for me tonight, it's not just about honoring my ancestors, but it's about honoring that which created my soul, which I'm very clear on. Tonight is a night again to really celebrate what you've created. It's also good for banishing and clearing and all of that stuff as well. And in the coven, we're going to do that for our full moon ritual with the women. We're going to do that on Monday. We'll do some clearing. But for tonight, if you feel as though you haven't created anything, look back over whatever it is you've accomplished, and nothing is too small. A raise at work, a promotion, a new client that you've gotten, a new lover, 5 pounds lost, 1 more hour of sleep gotten, 2 new books read. Don't minimize the things that you've done. Allow that energy to fuel you and allow that to help you to continue to create as you move forward and as you move on. And yes, obviously tonight is really great for sex magic, but it's me, so I should think that that goes without saying that um, orgasmic juice is probably like a number one ingredient to be involved in this evening, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. Maybe it's just candles for you. But I did say I wanted to come back on and do a rewind, and I could not leave no day 38 up. So here I am doing it. But that's it. It's going to be short. I'm going to do my own ritual tonight. Ladies of the Coven, if you're watching, Monday. I'm excited. I'm going to read it again. Your consciousness of the spirit within you as your unlimited source is the divine power to restore the years the locusts have eaten, to make all things new, to lift you up to the high road of abundant prosperity. This awareness, understanding, and knowledge of spirit appears as every visible form and experience that you could possibly desire. Every visible form and experience that you could possibly desire. Think about that tonight. What could you possibly desire? What could you possibly want to experience? Go forth and then create that. All right, tomorrow I'll be back in the morning at my normal time with my normal drink. Yes, honor the ancestors tonight. Honor the goddess. Honor those spirits that have had a hand in your creation. And well, it's nighttime now, so have a fucking abundant night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.